Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Sunday evening and I'm not going to be doing a live tonight because I am exhausted. I have had such a busy day today, and it's one of those, that comes along when you start something and then you keep going and you keep going. Although mine might have something to do with the coffee that I've drunk. So what I've done today is what I call decanting. So it's moving things, changing things, putting things in other places. And the first thing I did was I had 2 of the big jars of dried mushrooms there up in the top shelf of this cupboard. Now, those were the first 2 jars I did. And they were the wrong colour apart from anything else. And that's seemingly because I had them on a shelf exposed to sunlight for almost a year. And I have 2 jars of, I have 1 jar of dried mushrooms and 1 jar of mushroom powder in the cupboard already. So I was like, why am I keeping them? They're not going to be as good. Just give it up and use your jars for something else, because jar space is premium. So I took the jars out of this cupboard, and what I did was I put the coffee machine back. Or I put the coffee and coffee mate up there, and I put the coffee machine in the cupboard after having 2 cups of coffee. So you can imagine how busy I was this morning. So let me just show you what I've done. I have now got, let me just take that tripod up. Look at this. Lovely clear area. The coffee pot is gone. And then you go over there. See, and that looks lovely. Now don't get me wrong, there's still this bit there that needs to be done. However, you then come round here and look at my slow cooker space. Now let me just walk to the other side. Now the slow cooker space used to have the stand mixer in this corner here, which it doesn't now. So that's a whole lot of space I now have available for preps, chopping stuff up, etc, etc. So let me just take you back over here and I'll tell you the rest. So, put the tripod back down. There we go. So yeah, it's not very often I get my kitchen to such a clean state. Certainly not such a clear state. But today, as I say, we took the coffee pot and put it in the cupboard. We took the coffee and coffee mate and put them in this cupboard. The 2 jars of mushrooms were emptied and they were put over in the jar cupboard for preserving. The stand mixer got taken off of there and it's now in the cupboard below. The veggies, I have a whole lot of veggies, a whole lot of onions in the dehydrator just now. That's the noise you can hear in the background. And there's some other veggies there that I will deal with tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a very busy day. I have swept all the rubbish from the sitting room because it seems that the puppy likes chewing wood. So that got swept today. The downstairs hallway got swept, and for anyone in the UK, it got the equivalent of shake and vac. The shake and vac can bring the freshness back. We all know that one. So that was what I was doing today. Kathleen is, at the moment, she's literally just phoned me. She's at the top of a hill with the dog. So they're probably about 3 miles away from the car and then another half hour back home. So that's fine. So now I am going to go and have a rest. But I just thought I would come on and let you know and go, oh my goodness, I have not been this productive in a long time. And I think possibly it's because of the way we did this weekend. Obviously Friday night went out for a couple of drinks. I mean, I was home by 10 o'clock. I was like, yep, not making a big night of it. Had a decent sleep. Yesterday did some bits in the house, and last night had the most beautiful high tea. Someone asked what that sauce was. It was a creamy dill sauce, but it was really, really light. And they definitely use cream as opposed to like carnation milk or something, evaporated milk. So yeah, that was beautiful. Patrick had the homemade steak pie. It was really nice. As he said, the pastry, the puff pastry was so light and flaky. And as you saw, if you saw the short, the meringues, I had to eat my meringue. Patrick did not eat his, so we donated that to the staff. They did ask if we wanted to take it home, and I was like, no, it was a lot of young staff learning, so I was like, no, I'll donate that to the staff. But I went back to Patrick's and sat for about an hour because I could barely move. I was in such a food coma. Came home again, barely moved. So yeah, it was a fantastic evening. I love going for high tea, I really do. So yeah, we had that, and yeah, it's been a really good weekend. I've got so much done. Excuse me. What I also did, I forgot to say, was we have containers for the cat, or we had containers for the cat food and the cat litter. But Raven, obviously, as you all know, my black cat, is a grown-up now. She doesn't need the litter tray in the house. So what I've done is emptied the litter tray, put the pouches of cat food in there with the dry food on top in another box, and that means I've emptied the basket that was sitting beside the stand mixer over by the slow cookers. So that's been done. So there's been a lot of moving of stuff, a lot of changing of stuff. But I'm really, really quite excited that I've managed to do all this. In saying that, I think I have had dishes because my dishwasher died. I'm going to have to get a new dishwasher, but not just now because that's too big an expense. So I've been doing dishes by hand. I have done dishes like 6 times today with all the different stuff that I've done. Going, right, I'm going to clean that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to move that, I'm going to empty that. And, you know, that's a lot of dishes to do. But I am... Do you know that when you actually have a good day of housework and you just sit back going, I can relax in my house now. It's not perfect by any manner of means, as you've seen by that corner there. However, you know, my sitting room's swept and cleaned up, so I can sit and relax in my sitting room. And that's what I intend doing. And then tomorrow it's back to work and we start all over again. Catch you later.